Struggling with prop firms? Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going over gold and a few of the trading instruments as well. We'll be breaking down the applying the break and retest strategy and breaking down gold. And this is basically obviously what's happened for today. Now we've been very bearish from the price point of around 4.4-243, and price obviously has created a head and shoulder pattern, which obviously gives us a extra confluence that price will continue obviously falling down. Now once it does, right, there was obviously sell opportunities for the students, for myself. Now price obviously once start coming down, now obviously then it started to reach a consolidation period. Now the crazy question I always get is, oh, what do we do once market starts consolidating? Well, what do you think this simple thing to do is? Now, I'm not going to say what do you think the sensible thing to do is, but what do you think the simple thing to do is to leave it. Why trade something like this? I mean, it's not only ugly, right? It's so complicated. I don't even think there's a strategy. Maybe there is, I don't know. But is there even a strategy to trade consolidation? It's not. I'm not interested, even if there is. Now, obviously price just starts falling until what happens over here. So let's get this tool over here. Price break makes a low, but then at this point it respects this low and then respects this low again. So look, this not only that, we're making higher lows. So we're not making new lows, right? We're making, well, to be honest, it's not even we're making lower highs. So let me just want to make that I don't want to get it wrong. So yeah, we lower lows, lower highs, higher lows. What I was supposed to say, higher lows. Then price comes down, we make a new low. But then same thing again, right? Price makes a low. It is a low, but it's the kind that gets respected. It is still respected. Now price makes another higher low, right? So what do you think? Like at this stage, when we're expecting this, you can take a trade. Now obviously I always preach you want to go with the trend. Now this trade would be a little bit of a risky trade, in all honesty. It would be, simply because we're trading not with the trend, right? We're not trading with the trend. So if I was to take a buy, definitely for this position you want to risk smaller. So let's see what opportunities provided to take a buy. Breakout. Normally people start taking buys as soon as the breakout happens. Very silly in my experience and in my view. Price created a small little double bottom, a triple bottom. You could have even easily taken your buys after this. Super strong two bullish candles over here as well, bullish engulfing. So look at this, we've got three confluences: a double bottom, a bullish engulfing, and super strong two longer projection bullish candles. Let's just say when you take it after this one, stops below the zone and the wick, you would just about obviously survive. But if you took it below this one, from this side here, this wick, I mean, it would have acted, more nicely. It's typical 1 to 5. What I like to normally go for is a 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6. By the way, link will be in the video description, guys, if anyone is interested in a one-to-one session, unlimited one-to-one session. I want to get that clear as well. Mentorship from myself, or if you just want to get the probably the most affordable course on the internet, just £99. This is some of the students is posting, and look at this. So this particular one saying credit goes to the £99 course. The catching winners, nice winning trades. Don't get me wrong, you'll get losing trades as well. They get posted here as well. Funded certificate section, students passing challenges, passing prop firms, and I mean this particular one even mentioning, right, that just passed another one. I want to make sure that it wasn't luck the last time and he passed it. So yeah, if you actually want to learn a super simple strategy, of course, just like anything, you have to put work in. I'm not going to say you're going to pick it up overnight, but it is a break and retest strategy, super simple. And pretty much once you know it, trading is, you just pass it down. I think it's a generational skill set where you can just pass down to even to your kids. Once you know how to do trade, it just sticks with you. Just like once you know how to ride a bike, you just never forget it again. Anyway, so let's just say we're at this point, right? Let's just say we're at this point, market starts consolidating, move on to another one. So I've only got these three today. I'm going to be using the crazy. I wanted to use the example for these three. I have been trading these three, both of forex pairs as well. But I just want to let's see what we can do with the most notorious, most volatile trading instruments out there, right? So we've got obviously Bitcoin, we've got NASDAQ, and obviously gold was obviously acting up. So look at this. Whenever you got confusion, guys, consolidation and all that, just move on. Let me just delete this. Still got some of my alarms. Normally just don't even delete them, just chuck them out of the way, because you never know when I might need them again. So just, yeah. Anyways, okay. So it's pretty much at this stage on a Monday for gold, wasn't it? So let's go back on that. Let's go double check. Yeah, pretty much a Monday. But look how clean it looks for NASDAQ on a Monday, right? Well, not clean as in thingy, but compared to, well, it was much more cleaner compared to gold. Look at this. See what I've picked up here? Left shoulder, the head, right shoulder. This is what I love about the break and retest. There's so many ways to trade the break and retest, right? It's so versatile. Let's just marked as zone there, and at the same time, what happens? We just spotted a head and shoulder pattern, which also. Now look at this. Now, anything else you see over here, guys? You can even use a head and shoulder pattern for an entry system. Look at this. Yes. Left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Again, for the entry system. Let's say you just want to do a quick scalp. Let's put it above the zone. I mean, a 1 to 3, but I mean, if you held on to this 1 to 5, 1 to almost 6.5. Let's even take it down here. Drag that same zone, because remember, this is like a resistance. Price is respecting it. So what happens? Price, let's just say, goes back into the zone. Now let's dissect this. Remember what we have to do with gold. Now this is much more easy to break down. What's happening over here? Again, a left shoulder, not the best looking. The head, the right shoulder. We got 2 free wick rejections. Take the trade. And remember, again, this is the break and retest. Breakout, right? I'm not seeing anything that I need for taking a buy. Not only that, it's not broken through the major zone. It breaks through the minor zone, and we're below the major zone, and it breaks through the minor zone. Take a sell. Super simple. I mean, my break and retest strategy, my edge, the way I show in my mentorship is very simple. But I mean, why do you have to complicate things, right? So this was, I mean, we had an opportunity to just catch quick on a Monday, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, well pretty much a 1 to 7. Let's see what Bitcoin was showing us on a Monday. Let's just turn on the session indicator. Okay, so Monday here. What I'll do is I'll just put some playback as well. Don't any distractions. Okay. Funny enough, pretty much similar. Now NASDAQ and Bitcoin have a bit of a correlation, positive correlation. Gold doesn't. Gold tends to, but not all the time though. Just want to make that very clear. Sometimes all three will go in the same direction. I mean, left shoulder, the head, right shoulder. Oh, this is so simple, guys. So simple. I mean, look at this. Price is even respecting the previous day's, left shoulder, a zone, whatever you want to call it. Why do we have to complicate things so much, right? Trading is so simple. Price, look at this. If it breaks through here, it broke through the zone. Nice, come to this zone here. There was sell opportunity. Let's put it onto 15-minute time frame. Look at this. Where do you think you take your trade from? Sorry, entry from? Any confusion? Break it down. Dissect it. Left shoulder, the head. Price broken through. Not really gives a chance for a right shoulder. Price comes back up. Remember, I just mark it anyways. Color it blue, so you still understand. Well, you can keep track of it. Even myself. Don't just make them all the same color as black. So price is now respecting this, right? It's respecting it. This is called a liquidity sweep, whatever you want to call it. Remember, if you do take the sell, ideally, and look at this price breaking through, you can see a bit of an indication that where price wants to go, right? Look at this, above the zones. How simple is that? How simple is that? Monster. You know, sometimes I do use the head and shoulder to my confluences as well, but again, there's a reason, guys, why I pass prop firm challenges in 1 or 2 days. A week for me is long, right? My students know this. Sometimes my even students will look at this, look at my equity curve, right? This was just me just look at it. Whenever I lose tiny, and whenever I win, sorry, I win really big. And that's what it's about. You know, whenever you lose a trade, there should be zero stress. So anyway, that was Bitcoin. What are you going over? Gold was obviously, you know, the consolidation. I mean, head and shoulder over here. Let's see what else we can find with gold. Just turn this off. Now look at this. Do you see a trend in there? Do you want to trade that? Right? I rather by far trade this push towards the downside. You know, if I'm not seeing a straightforward, and unless it's a head and shoulder pattern, a very smooth and clean head and shoulder pattern. For example, look at this. Let's just say left shoulder here with the head. Obviously, price breaks through, price comes down. No, I needed to break down further and then come back up. If you just come here into the zone, this is just respecting this previous resistance as a new support, and it'll just price could just obviously fly off, which in this case it does, but it does come back, but it's not what I'm ideally looking for. I've always found that head and shoulder patterns are easy to trade than inverted head and shoulder patterns. Me, just visually, the way I see them. Okay, left shoulder over here. Look at this. Easy, guys. Left shoulder over here. Now this isn't a strategy to trade like the head and shoulder. No, the breaker retest comes in many shapes and forms, right? And you can add so many different confluences, or any other, you know, methods as well as a confluence, or as a, you know, help, a guide, whatever you want to call it. But this is, I think, gold is making all-time highs at this point. Price breaks through. Let's go on a small time frame. Let me look at this. How clean is that? How clean is that? Left shoulder, triple head, Komodo. I mean, that's like a what's it called? King Ghidorah from Godzilla. 3 heads. And right shoulder, price comes up for the last time, engulfing bearish candle, boom, straight down. If I just mark it up from here, and this, even though as simple as it is, what I show in my mentorship, guys, is super simple. My edge, I mean, it's a 1 to 5. That's phase 2 pass, guys. That's phase 2 pass for you. I just want to keep it as that. I don't want to make this video too long. I hope you found. Back test this, watch this video over and over again, and you'll just, you know, you'll see that trading is simple, very simple at its core. People just overcomplicate, and I just think simply maybe because they think that, you know, they have to make it complicated, or it has to be complicated just because it's a $1 trillion business and the amount of money you can make, there's no cap. So no, the answer is, you know, you just simplify. Because remember, think about it, the price just moves in waves up and down. That's all it does, and obviously sideways, but it's to really the wick rejections. You know, think about it. If price did never had such anything as wicks, right, everyone will be profitable. It's normally the wicks that take us our hits, our stop loss. It's never the candle. Well, unless the wick closes after taking those out, or the candle body closes at the bottom as well, if that makes sense. But you know, it's never really the candle body. It's like, it's always like the well, obviously by the time when the price does hit our, it has a we're speaking about the candle closure. But what I'm trying to say is that once eventually when it hits our stop loss and you let wait for the price to close, then it's normally a wick, right? Unfortunately. But yeah, it's just keep things very simple, and you'll see a, you know, add these confluences, add these, and yeah, if you link will be in the video description. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and yeah, link will be in the video description if you are interested in joining the course or one-to-one mentorship. Yeah, take care. I'm out.